My war bonnet on.
Yeah. See that feathers on.
Need my feathers and.
Mr. Brewer, back up.
We're all here at the Porcupine Cap office
The
right now
people,
with the president.
it's to our understanding, everybody's got the Salazar money belong to the people. And so that's what now.
So we're not getting.
We just need professional people to, work, and it's time now, I know, it's 2013.
Yeah, it's not, I don't know if they call it secret meeting, but they said they did have one executive board. You wanna come over here and express yourself,
Every one of us have a high school, or have our degrees and everything too, but you know what's going on. What's the problem? They're really just playing games, that's what they're doing.
Corrupted.
Yeah.
They are corrupted, very corrupted. Right now, there's a lady at the Evergreen Housing, she has cancer, and she was really looking up to the Salazar because they don't know if she's gonna make it through the summer, make it through the next year. And she was hoping that she could use this to buy presents for her grandchildren. And that's kinda sad, I don't know if you all know her, Carol, one of that pianist. And then there's another one, Dolores, she has cancer, and she lives in Evergreen. Dolores Sierra.
She's also a kidney dialysis
Yeah,
patient.
she's got on kidney dialysis, and they don't get like lease money or anything like others do. And they were looking forward to this one time. So people like that, their families call us and are concerned. And now we don't know if we're gonna get it today. And President, as we all know that work in offices, I talked to John Becker, they had all this whole year to do all the census. And even the off the reservation, and then the census that are, just the census with, and then those with U numbers, they all should be on file here for anybody to see if they're coming and see if their name's there, if they either put in the census U number, that should always be ready. We had whole year, some of them worked here 15, 20 years. And here the Salazar money comes, and this is what's happening to the people. And to me, today I found out it's a mental cruelty, what they're doing to us. And every day they add on to what charges, what's going on to the people here. It's not just me, it's not just individuals here, it's a whole district community that's happening.
And it's, the thing is the few stories that you tell isn't even the tip of the iceberg, because there's so many other stories that we have to listen to, and because of somebody's unprofessionalism.
I was told that last night about 11 o'clock, somebody's knocking on my door, and there's a man standing there, said, Porcupine Cap Office executive board are having a big meeting at Prairie Ranch Resort. They're all meeting over there. So I said, well, what, And I don't know what they're hiding, what they want, and if I have everything, if I have horses, new trucks, new house, and everything for my kids, something I wouldn't even work, And there's some people that are so greedy, and look at the other people. Go to Evergreen or this housing, there's Chicago people, our people. Gosh, I don't know what's wrong with the executive board. They need to change it. Just today, right now. They need to close this place up and they need to change it right now. They really need to.
And the power is in the people.
Too much games they're playing, they're supposed to be professional,
As you witnessed yourself, just had 2 Tanner workers are out there. No tribal workers are here. This one here is the John's office, and this one is the 2 women's office. Cheryl Smith. Paul John. That's his office here. And then this one here is Monette and Rachel. So as the doors are closed, and back there is the maintenance and Robert. American Horse, that's their office. So they're not here, they're all tribal workers. And just this state, they have to be here.
What I don't like, Mr. Brewer, is 2 months ago, they told us they're working on the census. And it would take like these young kids here, computer whiz, to sit there and get all that paperwork done. And how is it gonna take 2 months for these 2 ladies to go over there every day and sit in the secretary's office and say they're doing the census? That's a move. And what I don't like is all these little Ushika kids. Every 2 years, people use them. Wakayaja.
Yeah.
And boy, now these little kids know it. I have a granddaughter, she's only 7 years old, and she said, Grandma, we can get a Salazar today? She said, here's my wish list. And she made that wish list not that long. And it's really frustrating. And we depend on you.
And I've been trying, and that's why
We voted you in there.
I've been at the hospital yesterday because of the decision that was made, and I was told last week that they were gonna be paid out yesterday, the 23rd. It didn't happen, so I was at the hospital. I came out, and because I heard that, I got a call, and so I started calling around. I said, well, what's going on? I said, you guys need to pay this money out now. I said, you're playing God. I said, there are some people, there's a lot of people that depend on this. I said, you need to do this. Okay, all right, we're working on it. So this is what Don Blackwood said. So here at 4:30 said, we're having a meeting. We're having a meeting at Prairie Ranch Resort. Can you show up? They had an XB meeting over there. So I drove over there. I got over there about 7 o'clock last night. And what they were working on when I got there, they were trying to figure out the census, because apparently they opened it up. Remember that last district meeting we had over here, way back 2 months ago?
October 30th.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have any meetings. They didn't put anything out there. So, and I blew up and I said, you can't do this. Get it done. Well, here they are sitting. They're showing me files and folders of people from everywhere. Hawaii, Arizona, fake U numbers, fake locations, and they're trying to, well, wait, let me finish. What they did was that I said, well, I don't care, whoever you got. I said, you know who lives in this district. You know who lives up and down this creek. I said, start that process and start making them checks out right now for those ones that we know that are here right now.
Yeah,
So they
but
said,
that
okay.
one's too.
So, and I said, and put it on Keely of what's going on. You put it out there. So I don't listen to Keely, but I don't know if they put it on there or not. Nothing. See, that's what was, and then they talked about having access to finish up this census. So I called Cleaver Mini Horses yesterday afternoon, and he said, get with Richard Zephyr and have him, because he's their supervisor, they could get access to that enrollment office as a tribal program. And he said they can get their numbers and go in there and do that. So I called Richard this morning, no answer. I texted him, still no answer. I called Robert Eagle Elk, no answer. I texted him, no answer. I just called Paul John, he should be coming. But he didn't answer me either. But Don Blackwood was on the phone. I said, well, somebody from this XB needs to be here to answer questions. What's going on?
So put a quarter of that million away and pay everybody.
I told them to pay it all out.
Why can't they do that? They don't find the other rest that are off the reservation.
I told them to pay the whole thing out. Whatever.
That's too
However,
much.
let's start with something. I said, even if you put a $250 check out there per person, whatever we gotta do. So they said, okay, so they voted on $325 to start with. So where that's at, I don't know.
So where's Molet and all the board dish? Well, come they're not here.
These guys they're probably sitting at that census office, because they were supposed to split up.
You know, if I was working there, I would have hired all these people to go get it done.
You're like me. That's the thought I had.
Where's the paperwork? I wanna see documents. What you're telling us right now, do you have it, we need a plan.
You know, it's there, the money is there, they didn't take nothing.
They didn't take nothing. That's what they said. The only thing they told me was that all they had to do was put it into make sure that they opened up that account so they could start writing these checks. Now where they're at, I don't know.
Call them in.
I need to,
What do we need to do?
I want those people here right now, people like.
I'll call them.
I need to get here right
There's a
I'll call them.
severe insubordination with some staff people that are doing mental cruelty to elderly, handicapped, and children.
People, yes, people,
I have one on Dallas's, because I got her on phone right now. She can't be a Smyrna Youngbear. When they come out Dallas's, they're really tiny.
Monica sat here till 8 o'clock issuing checks before.
Yeah, for her
She
family.
did, and she, remember who was it, we had a executive board meeting here with them, and then they were out, she was out there writing those checks, and then she went out to get those checks signed for her family, and then she told Rachel to do the others, and she left. And she was here till 12, 11 o'clock to do all this.
They're only dedicated to themselves.
I know one time I come in for help because I had a important heart doctor's appointment. They laughed me off.
Yeah.
I turned in my paperwork 3 or 4 days before.
If you're late, they can get a check quick.
So I told Monette to give me a brief, to put it down on paper why I was declined for my heart appointment. Because after I missed that appointment, I had a heart attack.
So medical is really important, because my brother Noah, he had to have a back surgery on Scotts Bluff about a month ago. And Monette said, I can't trust you. And it was only $100. She said, I'll give it to you in the morning. So he said, Monette, there's a storm coming. I seen it on TV, and I need to get out of here. And when she said, no, I'm gonna give it to you in the morning, but it was too late. When my brother came here, it was like a blizzard morning, and she didn't give him the check. And so he canceled his back surgery. And those kind of things happen, but you know, our young men, I really would take up for them because I have 7 brothers. And my mom used to tell me that, you take care of help, speak for them. So that's what I do. I speak for all the young men. And this medical neglect should be pinned on them. They should be immediately fired right now because of what they do to us.
Yeah, there's mental cruelty to them. The son right now, and this one right here on the phone. They say there's cancer people, we don't know if they make it next year.
And they tell us you get first of the month, but you know, a month ago they said, well, don't worry about it, you guys can get your checks before Christmas. And we didn't believe them, benefit of a doubt. I prayed about it, and me and Ella, I said, we're gonna go to tribal council today and see if we can get on 2/3 vote. And that's what we did. And we were hoping, and some of the council people told us, Mary, if your council people said, I make that into motion, we could have pushed it. And that could have happened, but today, we don't have nothing. I frankly don't really want money, because I believe in betrothal and love for my grandkids. But if the kids, young adults see that there's wrongdoings here to the people, they know, they're all high school graduates. We have wrong leaders in this department. They all need to go. Yeah, that's the only way, Mr. President, is you get them out of here because they have excessively went over that limit of doing their duties.
Excuse me, can I get some?
Neglected their duties and they're not helping us. We're here. We could have been all shopping or smiling, laughing, eating like what they're doing, but it's not happening.
Can I have how the high
I
department
need
is?
the names. Who's the who's the district people out here, the powers? Who are they? Paul John Ironclad?
Who's the head
Legal.
of this?
Okay, the president is Chuck Bush. What's his real name?
Virgil Bush.
And the vice is Gabriel Mester.
They're all related.
And the treasurer is
Don.
Don Blackbull. Don Mesteth Blackbull. And them 3 are all brothers and sisters.
Excuse me.
And the rest of the